Hello and welcome, vegan savages, to another let me do it again. Hello and welcome, vegan savages, to another episode of the Vegains Podcast. Here we go. My guest is just me, myself, and I. And today we got a great visual for YouTube. So if you like to watch podcasts also on YouTube and see me every now and then, there you have a visual. Now a good one, without interruption, for the entire podcast. Isn't it insane, honey? How did I do that? I go into the story quickly. But before that, I want to do a routine of making podcasts, a fixed schedule, because I don't have that yet. Wait, let me adjust the microphone just a tiny bit, because I talk quite loud. How about that? Because YouTube, I upload daily. Ask Nico, weekly. Instagram, daily. But podcast, I have guests every now and then I just talk about something by myself and do 3 episodes in a row, and then I don't make a podcast for like over a month. And I don't like that, because I'm so passionate about podcast, long format social media, getting in your head and brainwashing you to buy my merch. Just kidding, kinda. No, I'm just kidding. But I just love to talk to you without a attention span that like, quickly, and I cannot elaborate on this and that. No, we can talk forever. And I just love to talk. And so I was like, when it's hard to get guests, like a schedule, like every Sunday I have a guest, because then I have no one, and then I'm forced to interview someone I don't really connect with, and then the person cannot do it, and then we have to delay this and that. But myself, I can rely on 100%. So I was like, but just myself, isn't that too boring? Yes, but I don't have friends. No, I just have so many things to talk about, and I love to talk. And that's why I'm asking you every Saturday or Sunday in my Instagram story, so go follow me there at Vegains, what topic shall I talk about? And there you can ask 1 question, 2 questions, 10 questions. Is there a max? I think it's limitless. So ask whatever you want, and I might talk about, and I saved a good question. So yeah, it's like we're having a conversation, and I just talk, because I got inspired. But first I wanted to tell a story about, you see, I already have so many things to talk about, so that is so needed that we talk each Sunday. I wanted to tell you, how did I get a great visual for YouTube, which doesn't only last for exactly 30 minutes. Because, why is it 30 minutes? Because if you import cameras to Europe, you need to... there need to be some things that mark a camera as a photographer camera, because if it's not a photographer camera, the taxes are much higher. Then it's like, I don't know, a professional videographer camera. And for that, they need to set certain marks. And one of them was, it cannot record longer than 30 minutes. So the camera easily could. 2019, cameras can record for however long they want until the battery dies. And if you plug it in, they can record forever if you have the right SD card. But they set the limitation to 30 minutes. And that is so annoying. For long format, like podcast interviews, for vlogging and this and that, and quick shots and B-roll and photos, it doesn't matter at all. But if you want to record something longer than 30 minutes, you're fucked. So I was always like, I started recently making a visual for YouTube, and it always stopped at 30 minutes, and then I had just put a picture in. But now I got something, how to go around that, and it didn't, I found nothing for Canon, and I'm a big Canon lover. I have the Canon 80D for taking pictures, and for my recipe videos and everything I do here at home, like when I do Ask Me Mondays, which I haven't done in a while, but I want to bring them back step by step. Daily vlogs, that's just a motherfucker. That gets in my way, and then the day is over. But yeah, I have that Canon, and I have the Canon G7X Mark II twice, and then the Mark I for just daily vlogging. But then I just researched and I found out that Sony actually offers a software update. I think then you're out of the warranty, but for me that's so worth it. So I got a Sony, the RX100 III, an older one, but what it's currently doing is all I need, focusing on my face, 1080 HD quality, which is phenomenal. I don't need 4K and slow-mo. I just need it for my podcast and long interviews or something I want to record long, like while I have sex, film me, because I'm a total weirdo. No, just kidding. Or do I? Dum. No, just, I don't know. No, I've never done that. But never say never. Totally got. Yes. So I got the Sony and I did the software update and voila, now I can record forever until the battery dies. And not even that, because vegan savages create their own luck. So I plugged it into a power bank and now I can record forever. Isn't that cool? So yeah, that's why we get now a great visual for all my podcasts I do in person. And yeah, you get a great visual on YouTube. Why is that so important? You're like, oh, I listen to all my podcasts via Overcast or podcast app or Stitches or Spotify or whatever app you're using. Well, many people, me included, actually watch tons of podcasts on YouTube. Why is that? For me, because I always have tabs open on YouTube where I have podcast rolling. So when I work on my computer, like when I do Photoshop, when I do B-roll, when I edit my vlogs, scenes where there is no sound, I always press quickly play on the podcast I'm listening to. And continue to listen to that, because otherwise I need to put my headphones, synchronize them to my iPhone, and then press. It just takes a while, because often just like 2 minutes I'm working on something and then I stop the podcast and do something like edit my podcast with sound again or something, or my vlogs or whatever. So, and I love the visual. Just when you press play, you look for like 10 minutes, the surrounding, his expressions, and just the visual just makes you so much more, that's his settings, that's where he's at, that's where he's talking, and I just like that. I really like that. And who were the people who inspired me to do that? First, shout out to the Joe Rogan Experience. I love his podcast, even though he knows next to nothing when it comes to proper nutrition. And he's such a vegan hater because he has this primal, let's not get into that. But anyway, he has great guests, and overall he's a funny human being. And I just love listening to many of his podcasts. Then Impulsive, great studio they have there. I love the visual. Great guests. Recently, so many vegan guests. Like, who is this guy? Blah, blah, blah. Lost 200 pounds and on a plant-based diet. Crossed the Antarctica. I'm on a plant-based diet. I'm vegan. Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm like, whoa, the world is changing. Just randomly. It's not a vegan podcast at all. I mean, one of the podcast hosts, shout outs to Spencer, is vegan. Probably he influences that a bit, the selection of guests. But so many guests are vegan, just naturally. It's because it's so normal. That's how it should be. I just so love that. Same for Joe Rogan Experience. Even though he doesn't like vegans, there's so many vegans on his podcast. They're just naturally vegan. That's just what they eat, because it makes sense. So they do it. Easy as that. No brainer. Views podcast by David Dobrik. I just love the humor. They're so fun to listen to. They're two on their couch, like me right now. I'm on my pallet couch. And I think when I'm at home, this will be my podcast setup. Just here, I'm currently in a lotus sit. You cannot see it because I zoomed in on the visual. I like that more. But I'm in a lotus, sitting on my pallet couch, and have my laptop in front in case I want to Google something, because I don't want to talk bullshit if I don't know about something. We just create our own luck and Google it. I have my phone here to look into your what questions you got me for this podcast, if we even get to that, because I just talk, and I have so many things to talk about. Like I also have my cup here, my fancy golden pink cup, and I just drank a coffee. Why do you drink coffee? You don't work out? Are you an addict? Is it that far? You told us you just drink coffee before you train, and I do. But I discovered something. Because I have this coffee machine where I have pads in it. They're 100% biodegradable, so don't you worry, honey. I care about the environment a lot. And once I made the coffee, there's still a bit coffee flavor in the pads. It's like reusing a tea bag twice. You get so little flavor, but still a bit. So that's what I did. Pressed, make coffee again, and there's so little caffeine in it, but it's still a bit of caffeine, tastes like coffee, and I just love to reduce, reuse, recycle. So I reused it, and also I wouldn't do it, but I'm feeling a bit low. What? Are you malnourished? Will you become the next ex-vegan? What's going on, honey? No, don't you worry. I know exactly what's going on. I'm feeling great. It's just that I'm overreached. Overreached is not overtrained. If you're overtrained, that's really hard to get overtrained, and then you're probably in the hospital or get ill or just lay down, and your central nervous system just breaks, and your immune system, and you noticed if you're overtrained. But I'm just overreached, and I would normally already have done a deload, which I do every 4 to 5 weeks. But in what is it today? Oh, today is my mom's birthday, the 5th. Of course, I was the first one who congratulated her on the phone, 8 a.m. in the morning, and we talked. It was lovely. Mom, shoutouts. You gave me the greatest gift. My life. That is so the greatest gift. So even if you think like, oh, my mom, this and that, she's not cool, we don't have much in common, she gave you the greatest gift ever, which is being alive. So be grateful. Yeah. Oh, what? Where did I go? Which day it is? Why did I want it to? Where was I going? Oh, because I'm flying to the UK on the 10th, so in 5 days. So that's why I will train. I get 4 more trainings in, and then do a deload, because in the UK, I go there with Axel and the Vivo crew, and we create tons of content for Vivo Live in a beautiful villa close to Bristol in the middle of nowhere. So I don't know if we can really train there. So it's perfect for a deload. So I train 1 more week. So, and then I do my deload. But yeah, I'm overtrained. But I'm overreached. But I love it. I went so hard in the gym progressively, and just I'm almost back to all my strength numbers, and finally get stronger and don't play around. Nah, this year I want to reach my yearly strength goals. It just sucked. Last year I didn't hit my numbers, and the year before I also didn't. I'm a weak bitch. So that's why I'm so motivated to this year truly because my strength goals, I just set them to the sky. But this year I actually set realistic goals, and I so badly want to achieve them. So I'm so back into training progressively. I'm almost my strongest version I've ever been, and soon I get even more stronger and stronger and stronger. More stronger? I mean just stronger. Forget about the more. Or we do double time. More stronger. The strongest vegan savage alive. So that's about that. That's why I drink a bit of coffee, because my energy is low, because training is hard and effective and progressive, and I love it, and it feels so good to be back home, back to my routines, back everything is on point, because when you travel, I don't know, I haven't figured it out. Traveling and training progressively. Of course I train, I get great workouts in, but not progressively that much that I actually make progress in my training plan. because then there's no bench press. Then there's not this machine or exercise I have in my training plan, and then I cannot make progression, and then I haven't benched for a week, and then I bench again and I'm weaker again. So this and that, yeah, I will figure that out. We can talk in this podcast, we can talk about my travel plans. Where I will go this year, 2019, which is the year where I will travel the most I've ever traveled. I already was in Mallorca, Barcelona, Bali, Los Angeles. Where else? I think that's it. But Bali and Los Angeles both for an entire month. Let's talk about my travel plans, but first let's get out of the Lotus. How long can you stay in the Lotus? Can you even do a Lotus? I can stay there for how long do we roll? 60 minutes? So for 20 minutes. I can stay longer, but then everything is numb and it's not a pleasant feeling. So when my body's telling me, yo, it's not that comfortable, I stay in there for 2 more minutes. And then my body's like, bro, are you good? And then I go out. Should we talk about my travel plans now? There is something else I wanted to... Oh, there's so many things. It's just, if we do that now weekly, you know everything about me. Are you aware of that? Because in my daily vlogs, you get to know me so well. But often I want to keep it quick and entertaining and just create visuals that we do different things and that I keep your attention span. So I should just show you what I do. But here we can just go into things. Talk about Tinder stories. Talk about just everything. So if we do that for a while, you know more about me than any of my best friends. Are you aware of that? I want to keep that. I think I do it now each Sunday. For what is a good goal? At least 10 episodes. But I really want to keep that forever because I'm so passionate about it. And it doesn't have to be. It doesn't has to be or have to be. I don't know. It doesn't has to be. No, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't has to be Sunday. It doesn't has to. I think it has. It doesn't has to be Sunday. Just any day, but keeping it a certain day I think works better, that I really stick to it. I think I do it on Sunday. Wherever I am, because I will travel quite a bit, where we will get into now. So, and then when I travel and the friends around, I do my weekly podcast with them, if I'm not interviewing them separately. Because when I interview guests for my podcast, I want to focus on them to get as much out of them as possible, because I just have them for often one episode. So of course I focus on them. But yeah, I think I call this the Vegains Rambling podcast, which I do weekly. And if I'm traveling with my friends, I'm like, hey, who wanna join? Like we did recently, it's a couple months ago, in Bali, where we just laid on the bed, Axel, Tanya, Violetta, what's her name? Another beautiful girl, and me, just rambling, just answering questions, just talking about life. And yeah, if all of my friends are like, no, we hate you, and I actually don't have friends, then I just do it alone, which I will mostly end up doing. And that's what I love. So maybe in the future we establish a guest, but it needs to be someone who speaks English fluently, because 2 Germans speaking English, it's a bit, yeah. So if you're out there and your English is fluent, and I mean it's your mother tongue, you don't even speak German, and you're cool, you're funny, hit me up. We do the Rambling podcast together, because together it's always more fun. Is it? I really enjoy being alone as well. It's about the balance, honey. So now, let's get into my travel plans this year. So, I'm flying to the UK in 5 days, but it's a short trip. It's just 4 days. Is it 4 days? Anyway, it's under a week, just a couple days. Then, I'm back in Berlin for a while, and then I don't have any plans yet, but I'm super spontaneously. Maybe we just go to Skyscanner again and book the next flight. Or something will pop up. We will see. But then the next trip is in late July, and we're gonna go on a vegan cruise with Benny, Nico, and Tanya. So Scorpion Mind, because Nico and Benny, they're going, because Nico's gonna speak there and is involved. And he was like, yo, they're looking for some influencers who promote that. So you're welcome to be on board, and you can bring one person for free. And I asked Scorpion Mind, and she was like, yes, I'm down. Unfortunately, we cannot bring Kiwi. I asked him yesterday, are dogs allowed on the boat? He was like, no. And I was like, that makes sense. Where do they poop? I mean, probably huge cruise ships nowadays, they have like a dog area with grass where they can poop. But still, going for a walk, you're on a boat. The boat is gigantic. Nah, I think on basically no cruise dogs are allowed. And most dogs probably wouldn't even like it. They get sick and it's boring. I mean, it's a bit different for this cruise because what's so great about it, I don't like cruise where you're just in the water all day and that's all you see, and maybe 2 dolphins and you're like, whoa! And then you just see water. Like what I did when I was younger with my family, we took a cruise from New York City to London. So over the entire what's the ocean called? Anyway, over the entire ocean. I know the ocean in German, but specific? No, specific is wrong. Specific ocean? Pacific. Is that? Yeah, I think that's it. And that took like 6 days. And it was just water, water, water. And I was like, yo, if we sink, we're fucked. We're like the Titanic. Only that I'm gonna survive. Not like Jack. I always was like, Jack, why didn't you go on that little piece of wood, like Rose? There was so much room. Just lay on top of each other and keep each other warm. There was a big piece of wood. You wouldn't have sinked. You wouldn't have sinked. Anyway, so yeah, but then it's not that dramatic. Oh, I wish movies would make 2 ends or a couple ends that you can pick one. That you like, you watch the original end, he dies, and you're like, no. And then you watch a different. Oh yes, they both live happily ever after, and you're like, yes, I like that. I will memorize this end. Sometimes movies do it. So yes, but what I like about this cruise that we actually do stops like each day. We're in a different city. So it's up north in Europe, and we're in Sweden, we're in Norway, we're even in Russia in St. Petersburg, is that the English word of the city? Latvia, I believe. So all the countries up there, we will hit them. And so I can do great vlogs. Like we're there spending the day in the city, I vlog around all cities. I think all of them I've never been to. So that will be so exciting. And then back to the boat, and I can edit, I can enjoy, I can eat, I can train, and it's all vegan. I cannot wait for those vlogs. They will be epic. So it will take 10 days. And yeah, that will be so badass vegan vlogs. And vegan speakers like Michael Clapper is on board and many others. And there are just so many events happening on the boat. It's gigantic. Whirlpool, everything. So yeah, I'll let you know more about it if it's getting closer and closer to July. But that's then the next trip. And after that, we're gonna go to Austria, to my family's vacation house, where I go every year because it's just so beautiful and so cheap. It's even cheaper than Bali because I pay nothing besides food. Everything there is for free. The nature, the sun, the fresh water, jumping in the lake, going for hikes, sniffing the grass, and vegan dog Kiwi's poop. It's all for free. Yes, you heard right. Vegan dog Kiwi is coming. Because for her, it's paradise. Because we can stay there for free. I don't need to pay for a gym because I'm a vegan savage. I created my own luck. So I created our own gym. I bought a barbell, a squat rack, weights up to 150 kilograms. So I can lift heavily progressively. I have dumbbells, I have rings, even a kettlebell, which I wouldn't have bought. It's just a friend left it up there. Yo, Julian, you need your kettlebell? If so, let me know, because I don't really use it. But it's still up there. You probably have forgotten. Anyway, that will be so cool. So again, with my best friends, Nico, Benny, Philip, Yoli, which is Philip's girlfriend, Tanya, Kiwi, maybe Axel. I hope he's joining. Axel, join us. That will be so cheap. That will cost nothing. Besides food, but there you cannot spend much for food because it's a tiny village. There's literally nothing but gorgeous nature, untouched nature, and that's so beautiful. There's one store, and most of the time it's not even open. It's not like that you go to fancy vegan restaurants and waste money. No, there are none. The only thing, there's a spa. There you could spend money, but we go there maybe once. And also if we go downhill riding, we maybe do that once. There we could spend money. But overall, so cheap. I love that. And just making good content, appreciating nature, unplugging, being free, training outside, and just detox for my lungs, basically. So we're going to do that in August for either 2 or 3 weeks. Unfortunately, Nico is so busy, he can only join for 1 week with Benny. But fair enough, I take it. Better 1 week than no week. Oh, and we're also going to play a lot of ping pong up there. I remember last time we played each evening. Like now, we basically play every day outside. It's like our lunch break. Because Philip, Nico and Benny, we all live so close to each other. And there's a park, which is just across the street from me. So we meet there basically every day and play for like half an hour to an hour, catch up, and yep, it's true. We still suck at table tennis. I don't know how that is possible. But it's just such a nice sport because it's not like you have to be energized and it interferes with your weightlifting training. No, it's easy, but you're still moving, you're focusing your eye, you're getting off the screen, you're out there, you're enjoying the sun, the fresh air, and social with your friends. It's so nice. And for free. It's cost absolutely nothing. Nothing. So what's then? Oh, yes. When we're back from Austria at the end of April, I'm flying to... Do I give it away? Yeah, I tell you my travel plans. On the 1st of September, I'm flying to California again. What? You've been there for months. Aren't you already sick of it? And the prices there insane? That's true, honey. But I'm going there with Philip and Nico for sure. Oh no, with Nico and Benny, sorry. With Nico and Benny because Nico is shooting a documentary about his book. And he wants to interview a lot of plant-based doctors and influential people and about cultured meat. And there are a lot of conferences in Silicon Valley about cultured meat, so meat that is grown out of a petri dish. And he wants to attend those conferences to just learn what the future brings and what the cutting edge technology provides. So we will go to a lot of conferences. Probably I won't. I just join them and then vlog and do things and show you. And then they tell me in a nutshell the most important things they learned from the conference. So we can do epic vlogs. We already got a car, a big Mercedes. How do you say it? It's a German car. I just say Mercedes. I'm allowed. That's how you pronounce it. You think that sounds funny? Well, you sound funny. It's Mercedes. So we go there for over a month and 4 days, I believe. So I will be so broke. I need to sell my apartment and everything. I'm on the streets. I mean, I can just stay in Los Angeles and live on the streets, experience the homeless lifestyle, because I stay there forever, and we probably don't sleep in hostels like I did last time. So I will spend a lot of money, but I'm super excited because last time I really didn't show you that much. I mean, I love to stay at one place longer and just get into my routines, work a lot. But and that's what I did. But this time, because all the conferences are different places, we will be in Silicon Valley, in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, all over California. and I show you around. That's what I do. I do daily vlogs on YouTube. So that will be fun. And hopefully I can convince either or both Philip or Axel to join. They're like, oh, where do I get the money from? I'm like, just go with us. Just go. So that will be super exciting. So that will be the entire September and the beginning of October. And then, Veg Fest, London, again, will be, I think, in the middle of October. That will be fun. And then Bali. Yes, Bali, December and January for almost 2 months with all my friends. It will be so amazing. I just looked at the visual and I slide it down, like I made it so comfortable on the pallet couch. But I don't want to move. I'm in such a comfortable position. But my head is still in the frame, so I'm good. I didn't even realize that. So Bali for almost 2 months. And I convinced all my friends, my good friends, to join me. And together, we're gonna rent a gigantic villa in Canggu for almost 2 months, for like 12 people. And we just keep that at our base. And everyone can do whatever he wants to do. Follow his or her highest excitement. Be free, because it's your birthright. Some people may go to Ubud for a couple of days. Some people may fly to Sri Lanka for a couple of days. Is that how you say it in English? Sri Lanka? I don't know. But I think I will stay most of the time in Canggu and enjoy the big villa, get shit done, do podcast, do Ask Nikos, and vlog daily crazy, train progressively in the gym, and just get those Bali vibes back. And the Bali vlogs, they were so amazing. If you have watched them, I applaud you for that. That was so much fun. If you haven't watched them, watch them all. Binge watch them. 30 days, exactly. 30 Bali vlogs, because that's how long I stayed this February in Bali. And this year it will be even more fun. All the people I went to Bali, Axel, Violetta, Scorpio Mind, they're all coming. But many more. All my friends. So there will be just so many vegans, and we're gonna do crazy shit. We're gonna, it's Christmas and New Year's Eve, so guess what? We're gonna host the biggest vegan Christmas and New Year's Eve party ever. Huge potluck with a pool. We're gonna go crazy. There will be good vlogs, there will be good fun, there will be good times. And all for escaping the German winter, because it sucks. And then but 2020, you're going back in January to Berlin? I'm like, no, I don't want to spend the winter in Berlin. And January, winter is just getting started. So I have something in mind I want to do. That would be crazy, but I don't give it away yet, because it's just the idea. I blame my head with that. And I told you my travel plans for 2019, and that would be then 2020. So who knows? For that, I don't have plans yet. I just play around with ideas and see then what excites me the most, because things always unfold and then things are different. So don't plan too far in the future. Take it more like day by day. Of course, plan your next day and make appointments and don't come too late. Be reliable. That's what I really value in people, if they're punctual and you can rely on them. But don't make plans I don't do that for next year or 2 years or 5 years, because life is changing so quickly. And then if you make strict plans for next year, you limit yourself like crazy. Because I follow what excites me, and next year I'm the king of the world. I don't know, but just great things. Such great things. And I don't focus on specific things. I just focus to follow what excites me. And thus, I don't limit myself. And even greater things can manifest. If you told me 2 years ago, yo, bro, by 2019, you have almost 200K followers on Instagram. Or not just one channel, but two pages. And you're verified in this and that. And you reach so many millions of people just on Instagram. I'm like, yo, bro, don't be foolish. No, maybe 15K, that would be incredible. Yo, now I'm here. And I was never like, oh, by this time I want to have this amount of followers. I mean, I do for my New Year's resolutions, but not like, oh, I'm only working for this number. No, I just follow what excites me and I don't focus on numbers. I don't make my happiness rely on numbers. If so, I would have probably already stopped daily vlogging because my YouTube channel isn't exploding. It's growing currently, and I have the strongest family ever, my vegan savages, who watch daily, and they're so engaged and they appreciate the content a lot, but I don't grow like crazy. But I don't care about the numbers. I reach the people I'm supposed to reach and help them, and that's all I want and can ask for. Anyway, so for how long do we roll? 36 minutes. So, am I still in the frame? Oh, let's get a bit up. Okay, now let's look into a couple of your comments who just opened Instagram and saw Adina Rivers' new post, and Adina, you make me horny. I usually don't follow chicks like that, but I just like her and I know her personally and she's a friend. Because those pictures, seeing those booties and all of that on Instagram, I'm like, that distracts me. So, what shall we talk about? So many questions. I'm overwhelmed. Do 1 week raw vegan challenge. I'm not gonna do that because being 100% raw is so restrictive, and I would never ever recommend something like that because cooked foods have so many benefits, countless. If I would have choose to eat only one, I would choose cooked food because you can absorb often so many more nutrients and you can digest food so much easier. So just being raw, where do you get your protein? I couldn't eat legumes, only if I sprout them, and then no, and then only in small quantities, and then oops, I forgot to sprout my legumes, and then I have no legumes and sprouted legumes. 200 grams, that doesn't sound yummy to me. I couldn't really eat whole grains, so get the best out of both worlds, raw and cooked. So I'm not gonna do this challenge. Axel is suggesting talk about Axel. Yeah, bro, I see you in 5 days. And then we make crazy vlogs. Like when you were here, it was so fun. Vlogging with Axel is just so much fun. And I'm so happy for him that in Bangladesh his vlogs exploded and that he now got... And I was like, who are all these people? And they're like, they're all from Bangladesh. They just love to watch their own country. So now he got tons of Bangladesh schmankies. So congrats. I'm happy for you. I cannot wait to see you again. Building a brand with social media by mentioning the most effective steps. Great work, Ferdi. Just find your passions. Like social media, it's a tool where you don't just reach your direct environment, but the world, people you don't know, people not just directly around you, but all over the world. So, and social media has different platforms. So, play around, find out the content you want to produce, and then follow your excitement. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to create? What is fun for you? You want to make TikToks? You want to lip sync? Do that. You want to do vlogs? You want to do podcasts? You want to do Instagram pics, infographics, recipe videos, whatever it is. I recommend make some what is it called? Infotainment? Yes, infotainment. That you give people some sort of value in whatever you're passionate about, but also make it fun. So you enjoy it more and people enjoy it more because people learn so much easier when they're entertained. They're so much more open for education and soak it up. And if you make it dry and boring, the fast forward and skipping and don't watch it or it doesn't really affect them, and it just gets in and out. One ear in, other ear out. So make it fun and valuable in whatever thing you are into. So start playing around, inform yourself that you actually can give people value in your passions. And the thing about following your passions, following what excites you, you're so excited about that. So you naturally research a lot because you want to become better in whatever excites you. So thus you can bring people a lot of value in that because you are interested, excited about that. You naturally, it's like you have a healthy addiction that you just cannot stop doing that and getting better at that and learning about that. And then you're so passionate. Now I want to teach others and help others or just entertain others. And often the value can be also not just really learning something, but pure entertainment. That people come home from work and they just want to be entertained. And if you're a funny guy, if you're a comedian, do that. But if you can combine that, like that they learn something and they're entertained, like what I'm doing with my vlogs, I think that's golden. But yeah, and then just, what did Steve Jobs say? The dots might not connect for the future. The dots might not connect looking forward, but the dots connect if you look backwards. So where you currently are building a brand, just go with the flow and see what will pop up and do that and do the things that excite you. And then looking back like, oh yeah, that made so much sense. And it's so great where I am. But looking forward back then, you had no clue how that will develop. And that's what I recommend. Do what excites you. Don't limit yourself. For me, how I created Vegan Savage, my merchandise. It was just an idea. And I was like, should I really do merch? And I looked around for other people who could sponsor me because it would be so much easier if people just already sell merch and I just get an affiliate link. But I didn't find any merch I really liked. And I was like, creating my own luck. I gotta just make it myself. And then how do I do it? Finding a good company, creating the website, do it all myself. How to create even a website. I learned it all and build on that. And some points I were like, oh, fuck that. I'm giving up. I'm not so, do I even want to create merch, this and that. And then passion won. I really wanted to create it. I wanted to create a movement. So now I have my merchandise. And all of that, my ebooks, my app, all of what I have, just following what excites me. And looking back, it looked so flawless and simple, but it wasn't. And I had no clue where I was going. I just followed what excited me. And that's how you build a brand. Just step by step. And then say, if you stay in this right state of being, I always say, circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. When you stay in the right state of being, staying true to the person you want to be, you say yes to the right things, no to the right things, and then always opportunities pop up and you say yes to the right things, no to the right things, and then make mistakes, learn from them, and then, anyway, I'm totally rambling here. I don't know. Just follow what excites you. It's often so chaotic. If you look at huge companies like Tesla, BMW, whatever, internally it's so chaotic, and from the outside it looks perfect. But it's not. It's just chaos and find some... Anyway. Okay, one more question and I think then that's it for this Sunday Vegains Rambling podcast. But that already was a blast. Morning routine and evening routine. Okay, so my current morning routine, because I'm at home, so I have a morning and evening routine. It's really simple. Let's start with the morning routine. My alarm clock goes at 7 a.m., but I always wake up before that, either like 6:30 or just like 10 minutes before 7. And then I either wait until my alarm clock rings, but often I just get up, open my curtains, boil water, go in the bathroom, brush my teeth, sit on the toilet and pee. I don't poop immediately, mostly. I just pee. and then I poop like 20 minutes later when I drank a bit of my tea. But I brush my teeth on the toilet and pee and then just make my tea, which is mostly my. Do I overshare here? No, that's what podcasts are good for. My licorice mint tea. And then I take it to my pallet couch where I'm sitting or laying in a weird position. If you're watching on YouTube, you're like, am I still in the frame? Kinda. Is it still recording? Yes. Haha, that's so great. Then going here to my pallet couch, laying down, sitting down. I have this cool foldable desk I can put over my lap where I put my laptop on and just work. I have my my daily list for it. It's like my daily dozen for business, which is read every day for at least 20 minutes, create an infographic for Vegan Strengths, create a post for Vegan's Food, read your YouTube comments, emails, merchandise, support, this and that. So I start doing that, and what are good days? On most days, that's what I wanted to say. On most days, I get my daily dozen done before 9 a.m. That is when I hit the gym. So, and usually between that, I go and poop. And then like 20, 30 minutes after working here, I get an energy boost just naturally. And I go on my treadmill desk and get steps in. And then I get, just work done for 2 hours. And then I start vlogging and hit the gym at around 9:30 a.m. Now the gym is, and that's my morning routine. Then now I wanted to talk about my entire day. And it's flexible, it fluctuates, it depends what's going on the day. But I have my daily dozen for business, what I do daily. And then I have things that are just going on this day. Like which training it is. What am I doing today? Later. I go play table tennis with my friends. We go to McDonald's and check out a new burger. I do, after that, a video with Nico and Tanya for my German YouTube channel. And now I'm recording a podcast. That's the plan for today. And then that's my day, la 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 la. And then my evening routine. I want to be in bed between 10 to 10:30. It's mostly more like 10:30. But now that I'm single, it's really easy and it stays 10:30. So it depends how much more work I need to get done. Like things that are a no-brainer. My vlog needs to be done, needs to be uploaded, needs to be prepped every single day because new day, new content. So that sometimes I will just edit until I go to bed or work on other things like edit Ask Nico's, future projects, studying for university, reading. But often I get that all done at around 8 or 9 p.m. So I wake up, work all day, follow the things that excite me. And of course, when I eat, I watch YouTube. And while I work out and cook, I listen to podcasts or other YouTube videos. So I have a good balance of input and output. But then at the evening, at 8 or 9, I start to just watch either YouTube or Netflix, or currently Amazon Prime. Currently, I started 2 days ago to watch Vikings, and I binged yesterday 3 episodes. 4. Did I watch 4? No. 3.5. I just wanted to, cliffhanger, what's going on? But I want to go to bed soon, so I just watched like 10 minutes of the next episode. So yesterday I binged 3.5 episodes of Vikings. But I just want to stick to one episode. That won't work out. Those cliffhangers at TV shows, they always get me. But I should just watch the first 10 minutes of the next episode and then stop. And Amazon Prime is even more crazy than Netflix. The episode is over and the next one starts basically immediately. Like you get 3 seconds. You cannot even click it away and it already starts. And you're like, and now it just got me in and it's so exciting. And what will happen? Just telling you, those Vikings, they're brutal. The TV show is actually has an age limit of 18. And I get it because it's brutal AF. They're just killing people like crazy for no reason and killing kids and just killing. That's crazy. But fun to watch so far. I don't know. So yeah, and then in the evening, YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime, I just watch. Or now that's what I mostly do. Either work or watch something. And then before I start to consume content, it's always that I call it a day. Before I call it a day, that I know I can do whatever. Or also, I'm often a lot on Instagram, answering your DMs, just getting inspiration for future posts and seeing what my friends are up to. So, and before I call it a day, I plan my day for the next day, like tomorrow. What do I do? Checking my schedule. My calendar, that I don't have appointments and forget about them, because that sucks. It's like, oh, I had a Michael Krager interview today, but I forgot because I didn't check my calendar. No, I always check my calendar. Oh, tomorrow there's actually nothing in it. So what do I want to do? Create a new recipe video. Which one? Okay, I don't know yet. I just type it in when I create a recipe video, and then I figure it out. So later I'm on Instagram, get some inspiration. Tomorrow is my lower body training B. Okay, asking my friends in the group, hey, who else has gym tomorrow? See you there, 9 a.m. Yeah, and then just making plans for the day. Oh, I'm out of this and that. I go buy those in the Turkish store. So, and then, yeah, watching, brushing my teeth, and going to bed. And that's it. So, there was another, or the first one of this kind, and we still have a visual. Isn't that great? Let me know if you appreciate that. And if you want to give me feedback to the podcast, the greatest thing, but it's enough if you do it once, is to go to iTunes, type in Vegains Podcast iTunes, and give it a 5-star rating. That helps the podcast a lot. And thus it will be seen and suggested by many more, to many more people, and we just grow as a family. So do that now once, because the podcast is almost over. So just open a different tab. If you're on a computer already, do it. Vegains Podcast, iTunes, 5 stars. I love you for that. Type in la, this podcast is great. And you can also ask a question, whatever. I just love if you do that. And if you only want to give 1 star, then don't do it. But why would you do that? Don't you like this podcast? If you don't like it, no worries. Just don't listen. Freedom is your birthright. Do whatever you want. But if you have questions, anything, just want to interact, like, hey, you want to know my morning routine? Guess what? I would love to know your morning routine, because we're a family and I read all your comments. So just comment on YouTube under this podcast, and I will read it for sure and give you a heart. So you can do it now, because this podcast is over. And do I upload it also every Sunday or Monday? I will figure it out, but probably also on Sunday. When will I do that? I have so much shit to do today, but I just make time. I'm a vegan savage. I create my own luck. Either on Sunday or on Monday. But anyway, I make it now a weekly routine. So let me know how you like that, and just support me. And encourage me if you really like my podcast. Yo, do it every Sunday or do it once per week. We just love it, because that motivates me like crazy. And I make sure to do it because I'm so passionate about creating content, interacting with you, and I love podcasts, this long format social media platform. And I stop talking now. I do love you. I see you next time on YouTube, hopefully daily, and on Instagram. I just stop talking. Peace out.